Ukulele Saz again, founder of the Scotland Ukulele Project, flight ukulele artist and full-time ukulele teacher based in Glasgow, Scotland. This is our video on what actually makes somebody good at something. What are the habits of a good practitioner? So, what does make somebody good at something? There are some really apparent qualities in those who are perceived to be virtuosos, musicians or artists, professionals. I guarantee you that these artists will possess most of, if not all of these skills, qualities and attributes. In life, we live based on habits, and it's so easy to build bad habits, and we end up doing that again and again and again. When we have good qualities and skills, these are all just good habits that we have built as well, which are possible for anybody to achieve with a little bit of hard work and a little bit of dedication. Let's see how many of these skills, qualities, attributes you can relate to. Tell me in the comments below which ones you feel that you already maybe possess and which ones you feel that you could maybe work on and improve on to improve yourself as a ukulele player. Remember, this isn't just for ukulele, this is for things that you do across your whole entire life. If you possess some of these qualities, and I guarantee you can achieve anything that you set your mind to. The first is self-awareness. The most important in my opinion as well, because if we are not aware of our actions and our behaviours, then we can never make those positive changes. If you're not present and tuned into yourself and here, everywhere, then I guarantee you will stay stagnant, you will be stuck in a rut, and you won't make much progress or many steps in the right direction. It's important to recognise your strengths and your weaknesses. It's important to recognise your current behaviours and your current habits, good and bad. Why don't you try writing them down? In this way, this is just starting to get to know yourself a little bit more, and this is your first step in becoming a little bit more self-aware. Be honest about your ability. Know those strengths and weaknesses inside out, because if you're honest, especially about those weaknesses, then you're more likely to turn them into strengths. The second, accountability. We need to hold ourselves accountable, because the only person that can make something happen at the end of the day is us, is you. If you do not make it happen, no one else is going to do it for you. You can have cheerleaders and your friends, family, and it's great to have people there to help keep you motivated, keep you on track. But at the end of the day, if you don't keep yourself accountable, then those cheerleaders will probably disappear very soon. The third, these two words come hand in hand. Patience and perseverance. Be patient with yourself. Believe it or not, that's one of the hardest things we can actually do, is be patient with ourselves, because we just want to be able to do it, and we want to be able to do it now. The problem with that is we end up getting frustrated really quickly. We can lose motivation very quickly and end up giving up, and nobody really wants that. That's what starts to put walls up, barriers up, and it allows us to then stay inside our little comfort zones and never really break through them. However, if you take a little bit of time, be honest with yourself, be self-aware, and understand that, you know what, I am not where I need to be yet, but I'm going to be patient, because every day I'm going to persevere, and I'm going to just take little baby steps, and eventually I will get there. Trust the process. My students hear me say this all the time. You might not get something straight away, you might not get it in a week, a month, but I guarantee you, after some time, you will look back and realise just how far you have come. If things do get tough or challenging, then this is a true, real test of character. If you do keep at it each day and overcome those challenges, and this is where a lot of growth happens, and once you see that you've achieved that and you've got through that, you will start to become more patient with yourself, and you'll probably persevere even more than you did before, because you know what's possible. If you show up every single day, keep consistent, put in a little bit of effort every single day, you'll start to create those really good habits, and trust me, trust the process, it will really pay off. The next trait of people who are very good practitioners is curiosity. Curiosity is something that if you are passionate about something, you should always be curious. As well, if you want to improve in something and get better in something, then it's very good to be curious. If you're curious and you're not asking questions and speaking to other people, speaking to people that are better than you to find out more and more information, then you will just stay at one point and never take it past there. The more curious we are, the more our passion builds, the more our passion grows, And the more we start to understand, the more we start to learn, the more knowledge we've got. And it can be quite a positively addicting cycle, where if you keep asking questions and you're interested in what you're doing, then you're only going to find out more and more and more and become even more knowledgeable in that field yourself. Being curious and finding learning opportunities will only help your passion grow. And it's a huge element in being successful. Trust me when I say, if we don't all have that natural ability, but if you have some passion there, that will take you much further than you think. The next one is challenging yourself. By setting goals, long and short term, which I'll explain more about in a later video, this is a really, really good way to help achieve things. Short and long term goals let us see what's in the future. It lets us see what we will one day achieve. Now, it's also important that our goals are smart, they're specific. We know exactly what it is we want to achieve. We know how we're going to measure it, and we know roughly how long we want it to take. That might not always go to plan, but if we start getting into the mindset of setting goals, short term, long term goals, and setting ourselves little challenges, then again, we're only going to start improving and improving. If we don't challenge ourselves and we stick in this little comfort bubble, then again, we're probably not going to make a huge amount of progress. But as I said, trust the process, stick at it every day, set yourself challenges, set yourself some mini goals, and the results will absolutely speak for themselves. These are just some of the qualities of a good practitioner. These qualities do not happen overnight, and habits take a long time to break if they're bad, and then develop and change into new habits. Or in general, any new habits that we build, they do take time, and they do require us to be patient, to show up every day. So don't do too much at once. Take one thing at a time, and maybe just make one little change every week and see how it works for you. As I said, leave a little comment below on which habits you think you already have and which ones you're going to work a little bit more on. And I will see you in the next video for what type of things to actually practice.